Welcome back, everyone. I'm Katrina Meni here with another Workout Wednesday solution video. Let's hop into this week's challenge. In this week, we're looking to find the top 5 and bottom 5 profitable customers, as well as showing the all other average. And we do want to note that when we change our filters, that our numbers are changing as well. Let's hop into it. So you can see that I already have the instructions copy and pasted in here and a plugs table. The first step is to create an average profit per order for each customer. So what that's telling me is that we need to create 2 group by or for each statements. We need to find the profit per order and then use that to average that by customer. So the average profit per customer. So I'm going to delete this first step. And now I'm going to come into my table and create those group by statements. So first, I'm going to create a grouping for my order number. You can see here that I can type things in like this, or I can click and drag in the customer name. I'm going to move my customer name to the top since we know that a customer can place multiple orders. We can see here that Sigma is already sort of visually grouping these. So we can see this is everything that has been ordered for this and that Abby has placed for this order as well as this order. We are using the profit calculation, which we can pull in a metric, or if you need to, you can create a calculation for yourself. But I'm going to pull in the profit metric. So what this is doing is giving us the profit for each order number. So I'm going to format this as a currency to make it easy to see. And now what we need to do is average the profit per customer. So I'm going to come up to my group by statement for the customer, and I'm going to click to add a new calculation. I'm going to average this profit. All right, so we can see that on average, Abby has a profit of $586. Let's just collapse this to check. And so we can see that some other Abbeys have different values and that there's a lot of different numbers here. So you will note that our data does not disappear. It's just visually grouped this way, similar to a pivot table if you're familiar with those. But our raw data or underlying data is always there for us if we need it. So we want to show the top and bottom 5 customers, as well as what their average profit is. So what that tells me is that we need to rank our customers by profit. So I'm going to add a new calculation here, again at the level or grouped at the level of my customer name. And I'm going to choose rank. And we do not want equal values to be assigned the same rank. So I'm going to do rank dense. And we want to rank the average of the profit. So just going to click on that. We want to do descending. All right, so let's sort by this and just visually check this again. Okay, so we can see that Janelle is our most profitable customer, and Aaron is second, and Jack is third, and so on. So we can see here that it's really easy to just visually see what the top 5 are, but it doesn't really give us a good indication of what the bottom 5 are. Again, if I sort this, I can visually see that we have 4,800 customers. But if you remember when we changed the region or the state, that value also needs to change. So we want to make our bottom 5 or our bottom number dynamic as well. So to do this, I'm just going to ask Sigma what's the bottom number. And to do that, I'm going to create a table summary. I'm going to come here and I'm going to type in rank dense, and instead of the sum, we just want to find the max. So this is giving us our max value for the rank, so our highest rank. This is the level at which I want to display my information. So I'm going to keep this here because again, we do want to show the average across the board. So I don't want to create another grouping. You could, but I just prefer to do it in the visualization itself. So I'm going to create a child visualization. And you'll see here that I only have a few columns listed here. And that's because, again, I'm grouping or I've told Sigma that I want to look at my data at this level. So Sigma's guessing, saying, hey, if you're looking at this data, you probably only want to use that level of data. But if you ever need to, you can always change the grouping at the grouping statement or the grouping level down here. We also need to reference our max number. So I'm going to click this show hide columns and I'm going to check to add this. This just tells Sigma that I want to treat it like a regular column in my child element. All right. So first we need to create the category that's going to identify whether someone's in the top or bottom, and then create this label for the customers. So I'm going to change my bar chart to horizontal. And in my y-axis, I'm going to add a new column that says if my rank of the average profit is less than or equal to 5, then we do want to see their customer name, or else if the rank dense of the average profit is greater than or equal to our max of our rank minus 5. Oops, we want to do minus 4. Since we are doing a greater than or equal to, that'll give us the 4 values plus the max value or the equal value. Then we do want to show the customer name again, else we want to just label it as all others. This is going to give us our customer name, customer label. I'm just going to label it as customer for now. And then I'm going to duplicate this column and pull it into my colors, since again, I know that we want to show these kind of colored differently. But this time, instead of showing the customer name, we want to create a category for these. So these are top. And if it's in the bottom, we want to show bottom. Else we can keep the all others. And we'll just label this one as color. No one's really going to see it, so that's really fine. And then let's pull in a measure to make our bars so we're showing the average of the profit. We can see here that Sigma has automatically summed everything. It's its default aggregation. It's summing the average profit of everyone else and then just giving us the average, the sum of the average, but there's only one row in there. So the sum of the average is just the average profit for these individuals. So instead of the sum, we want to show the average to give us a baseline or understanding of what everyone else is doing in comparison to our top and bottom performers. So now we can see that we have some coloring and the labels that we want. We just need to change the order. So I'm going to come up here to my customer and I'm going to change the sort to be a custom sort. And we're just going to sort on that rank. So that's going to give us our rank based on how we want. So our top performers at the top and our bottom performers at the bottom. All right, so it looks like everything is in order. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and our all others, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so let's hop back up to our instructions to see what else we need to do. We've shown the top and bottom 5 and what their average profit is, and then we've averaged the profit for everyone else who's not in that top or bottom. So we want to apply these filters for the store region and the state filter. So I'm going to come back to my parent element since this still has the raw data in it. I can't really apply it here, or I'd have to go back in and change a bunch of my calculations since this is grouped at my customer name level. So I'm going to just go to my base table because that will impact my child table because of Sigma's parent-child relationships. Plus, it's the easiest way to do it. So I'm going to come here and right click and just create a filter, then right click and create a filter again on region and state. And we'll quickly convert these to page controls. And let's just move this down here to test this out. All right, we'll filter to a specific region. And yep, we can see that we still have 5 columns, or excuse me, 5 bars, and that our values are changing or our customers are changing. So let's come back here and see what we need to do for formatting. Looks like we need to match the title and subtitle. I like to be efficient, so I'm just going to come here, select this, and do Command C, paste, and come back here. Again, copy, And this one is the subtitle. So we want to go to the element format and show the description or the subtitle. And that is there. Color, top, other, bottom customers. You can use any colors you like. We'll just keep these here for now. Remove the tick marks and grid lines. So I'm going to just come to each of the axes and hide them. Now we also want to remove this label. We're going to add the bars, or we're going to add the labels to the bars, so I know we don't need that. Just help clean it up. We are also going to remove the legend and add those data labels. So again, just change this based on what colors you have. Just make sure it's readable, whatever it is. And we also want to show or change the bar gaps, which is just this gap section. Come to medium. And we've already removed the legend. Looks like this is all we need to do. Next, I would just move these to a new page and kind of rearrange it and add a title to make sure that it fits this same one. All right, I hope you enjoyed this challenge. It's a good exercise or demonstration about how Sigma's group by statements can create a lot of flexibility within your modeling because you can create similar calculations or reuse those values as you see fit. Thanks, and I'll catch you in the next one.